Well, then, seeing this like it's 6 p.m., we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. So welcome everybody to the April 26th Planning Commission meeting for the City of San Luis Obispo. Deputy City Clerk Megan Wilbanks, could you do a roll call, please?
Commissioner Houghton?
Here.
Commissioner Jorgensen?
Here.
Commissioner Khan will be absent. Commissioner Ringer?
Here.
Commissioner Toll will be absent. Vice Chair Cooley?
Here.
And Chair Munoz Morris.
Here. Thank you. We'll go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Houghton, could you lead us off, please?
Count us in.
It's all right. It's always good to start a meeting with a little levity, so thanks for that. Now we'll go ahead and move on to public comment. This is for items that are not on today's agenda. So do we have any speaker cards?
Yes, Chair, we do. Scott Zimmerman.
All right. Good evening, Chair, Commissioners. I appreciate the time. Public comments just to speak to the construction industry here locally on the Central Coast and the need for apprenticeship programs. And we're doing a lot of outreach with the Southwest Mountain States Regional Council of Carpenters. So we do a lot of outreach with the local school districts. Sent off a few emails just over the last week with to Cuesta College, Paso Robles Unified, Slow Coastal here. We're in the process and actually in the next few months opening our new training center in Santa Maria. That's where the majority of our membership is in the northern Santa Barbara County and Slow County area. So that's where we decided to put it, but we have a heavy investment because of the amount of growth in this area. We see what's coming. You got the offshore wind, Diablo coming back online. Slow Coastal just passed a $350 million school bond, a lot of work coming. But the need to have some kind of legislation, maybe in the contract documents, bid documents, even let's say within the city, things that fall into your purview of utilizing a local skilled and trained workforce and accredited apprenticeship programs. That's kind of what, I just want to speak on that. It's a big thing for the community here. And then also, I'd like to leave a business card behind for all of you. I would really encourage to come and visit our training center. We can do that beforehand, even before we do the ribbon cutting and all that. You can see what we're investing in, what we're putting forth for this community and trying to uplift everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other speaker cards?
That's the only one that I've received for items that aren't on the agenda. If anyone does want to speak on the consent items, please be sure to fill out a card and then you can submit it to me. That's the end of this comment.
And this might be something we can maybe table back, but out of curiosity, does the city have a local vendor preference policy by any chance for public procurements on services and goods? Do you know?
I couldn't speak to it.
Okay, maybe we'll table it and I'll drill Tyler when he's back. Thanks. All right, well, seeing that nobody else wants to rush forward to speak, we'll move on to the consent calendar. And I believe we just have several items in there that we can act upon as one. So, commissioners, before we consider a motion, does anybody want to pull any items from the consent calendar? Seeing nobody, we'll go ahead and move on and see if we have a motion in a second. Oh, good question. Do we need public comment on consent calendar? We do, excuse me. So in that case, let's go ahead and move on to public comment on this item.
Yep, the public is welcome to comment on any of the items on the consent agenda. However, I haven't received any comment cards,
Okay.
But if somebody did want to, please identify yourself now. Okay, Chair, seeing none.
Great, thank you very much. Glad we caught that, so we'll go ahead and close public comment, and then we'll move on to either discussion or a motion for the consent calendar.
I would make a motion to approve consent.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Oh, looks like we have a motion and a second. Should we do a roll call vote, please?
Thank you, Chair. Vice Chair Cooley?
Aye.
Commissioner Jorgensen?
Yes.
Commissioner Houghton?
Yes.
Commissioner Ringer?
Aye.
And and Chair Munoz Morris.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Great, thank you very much. We'll move on to item 4, setting record pace tonight, which is staff updates and agenda forecasts. And tonight we have the pleasure of having with us Teresa McClish. Did I get that right? Great.
Thank you, and good evening, commissioners. The forecast ahead of you is that the meeting on the 10th of May is scheduled to be canceled due to lack of items. The following meeting on May 24th, we have tentatively scheduled a use permit request to allow wholesaling and distribution use in the BPSP zone at 710 Fierro Lane within the airport area. This is for SG Home Care. The airport area specific plan identifies this as a conditional use permit and requires planning commission approval. So that's the only item tentatively scheduled for the 24th, and that's the end of my update.
Could you repeat the address? I heard the 710.
Fierro Lane.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Any other questions for staff? Quick question. I'm guessing the May 10th hearing was noticed, so then we have to send cancellation notices as well, or did we not? Is that?
I can speak to that.
Okay.
So we publish the agendas 1 week in advance of the hearing date, and so we would publish the notice of cancellation on May 3rd.
Gotcha. Okay. Great. Thank you very much. All right. I think with that, we're all done for today. So it looks like our next meeting is May 24th. How am I doing on time here? We're still under world record pace? Yeah, May 24th will be the next meeting at 6 p.m. in these chambers. So thank you, everybody, and meeting adjourned.